Hey guys, I'm back. I've been dying of COVID for the last 2 to 3 weeks, so I haven't done anything. That's why there's been no videos. But we're back now, and we were up to the part where we were creating a auto-populating row data. So what we'll do is we'll go into our enter data. So this is on our production site now. We're on Vercel at the moment. We can start to look up addresses. We can be like Queensland. Let's go to Queensland, Australia. Get a nice visual of what we want to look at. Let's even make it more specific. Let's go to Brisbane even. And then I can say, hey, Brisbane, there's known danger. Slap through an update. We get a nice little feedback to say that it's completed. We could probably put in some nice spinner logic and stuff while the APIs are loading in the background. Added in a cheeky main menu button, so now we can go through to our retrieve data. And now we can pull down what we just did, and it starts to auto-populate what we have. So if I say go to here, it's going to start bringing in us here, this stuff. And remember, I used the regex lookup. So if you put in, say, Australia, it's going to bring down everything that's Australia. I even put in a just, if there's nothing entered, bring down a bunch of stuff. So you can see we've got Sneaky Jesus in there. And we can filter it via our status as well. So if we wanted to know per status as well, which is nice. So that's kind of what we came up with. Excuse me, I'm still bloody dying here. We can jump through and have a look what's going on in the back end. So see if I can, do I have one that's just, is there one with no status? There we go. So nothing exists if nothing exists in our database. So that's kind of been that. If we jump into our code, we'll go to the retrieve data page. I've set in an API that looks up per the address we enter in, and then that gives us back a response. If the response is an array length of 0, then nothing exists. Otherwise, slap result to set address success, and then we're passing that through props data down here into our row address handler here. I've just put in some padding to make it look neater, and I added in our main menu button here in our button group thanks to Bootstrap. And then if we come into our row address handler, we're using a useEffect to check that our props data contains data, and then it's going to keep re-invoking on itself here. So every time you change that address or look up a new address, it's going to make a prompt here as that state changes. We're also doing a catch for if on first render, when you first get there, there's going to be nothing, so we don't want it to do anything. So we're just returning blank. And then the little bit of magic that is our auto table generator is we're just using a map, and we're mapping on the ID. So we know the ID is always going to be unique, excuse me, because MongoDB creates its own IDs, and we're just mapping that as the key for our addresses and our statuses. And then yeah, that kind of is what's getting pulled into our retrieve data as the row address handler here. So that's kind of what we did to start auto-populating a table. It's relatively clean. What we could probably add to the project is maybe spinners for waiting on API to load. We could probably also put in a looping action to loop our APIs. So if they time out or they fail for some unknown reason, it'll try and redo it again without the user having to click it again. If we check out our server.js, our lookup address, we're just checking whether or not status is empty. If it is empty, then only look up per the address. If the address is empty, then only look up per the status. And then if there is entries in both the points, well, then we'll find here as well. So that's kind of the logic we've used with our regex to use the filtering of the status or the no address filter when looking up things. And that's kind of been the difference that we've made in our server. There was one little gotcha with Vercel, and that is with your cause options. The pre-flight cause check, it gets sent as an options method for some unknown reason. And also, I've noticed with the origin, you need to leave off the extra /, otherwise it seems to break as well. So that's a little gotchas on Vercel cause. Otherwise, yeah, just slapped in some environment keys now. So then that's all working great on production. So thanks guys, this will be the final video. Have any questions, reach out in the comments on the YouTubes. Otherwise, yeah, this is going to be the simple retrieve data and enter in data project.